What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. So, back in December of 2017, I released a video about advanced micro devices. Okay, and so what I have behind me right now is the thumbnail from that video, and it's pretty difficult to look at. It's not the best thumbnail I ever made. I decided to make an update video to this, guys. I want, obviously that was back at the end of 2017. I feel like this is a very relevant stock. A lot of people are interested in, so I wanted to make an update video. That's what we're going to do today. So I actually dug a little deeper into my analytics on YouTube. I'm still ranked first in two categories with AMD stock fundamentals. So I'm still ranked first in two categories on YouTube, which was kind of surprised me. I didn't get a lot of views on this video, but I did get pretty good user retention, and quite a few people enjoyed this video, but I just can't get over this thumbnail. I don't know what I was thinking there. It's kind of hard on the eyes. So I thought I'm gonna make a better video and a better thumbnail and release that, kind of improve on what I've done in the past a little bit. Now guys, if this is your first time tuning into the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates or stock analysis. So if you have not seen my first video on AMD, I would suggest you go back and watch it first. So there's some things in that video I'm probably not going to cover again, just other things I'm going to update, but I'll have a link come up, and just click on that to watch the first AMD stock analysis video I did, and just ignore the thumbnail. So but anyways, guys, the point of that video, I analyzed it. I had some fundamental issues with it, and I rated AMD as a hold. Okay, I rated it a hold, and I based that on a lot of incoming traffic, and I based that on kind of the direction it was going at that time. And my opinion on AMD has changed a lot since then. I think the real, even like right now, you can stop watching the video if you want right here, because I'm probably going to tell you the ending. But I want you to own NVIDIA first, AMD second, okay? That's my approach to the graphics chip makers, is that in my world of investing, I want NVIDIA one and AMD as your second position. So I would rather have 50, 60, 70% of my graphics section of my portfolio invested in NVIDIA, and maybe a 20 or 30% of that position invested into AMD. Really with cash tolerance. This is the kind of stock I want to add to the position a lot. I'm going to want to use it as a trading vehicle where I'm more feet in the ground long on NVIDIA. So AMD, guys, or advanced micro devices, it has seen some phenomenal movement in the past 6 months. It has really outperformed any stock out there in the chip sector. So if you want to look at it, if you want to go off of percent gained in a stock, AMD has outperformed, Intel, NVIDIA, any stock in the chip maker sector. There's a lot of chip makers, but AMD and NVIDIA, they're specifically graphics cards makers. So both of these companies, AMD and NVIDIA, both really benefited from the crypto craze, okay? So when cryptocurrency was really, really popular for the short period of time it was, AMD and NVIDIA both took off screaming, running. They kept getting these unbelievable quarterly earnings reports, followed by this massive guidance, quarter after quarter after quarter, okay? So this is just the 3-month chart, guys, of advanced micro devices. And right here, right off the bat, back in June, this was a $15, $16 stock. And now, over the past couple of months, it has just run like wildfire, and now it's up over $25 a share. So it has seen almost a 100% return, close to it, in 6 months' time. So this has been one of the best investments you possibly could have made, and I think this company is just getting even more bullish now, okay? Obviously, I don't think they're quite in position to compete with NVIDIA in cloud computing or artificial intelligence and in a lot of those areas where NVIDIA is so advanced. But, you know, if you want to compare one graphics card company to another, I definitely want AMD in my portfolio now. All right, so these fundamentals, guys, they have a lot of things have gotten better. There's still some things I don't like about this company fundamentally, but the one thing I want you to keep in mind through this whole thing is the importance of demand, okay? Demand for the product. So that's really how AMD gets their profit margins, how they make their money, and they've really cleaned up in a lot of areas on the balance sheet. Like they have a $24.5 billion market cap right now. You drop right down here, the trailing PE is very high. The forward PE is manageable, okay? I don't really have a problem with 39 because, again, like I said, AMD is a very in-demand product, and it's going to continue to be in demand. You know, you cannot use the PE ratio as a one-all tool for investing, okay? Amazon has a high PE ratio. Alibaba does. Netflix does. Okay, so if you just use the PE ratio as a guidance, you're gonna stay away from great companies. And this is one of those instances where I'm gonna turn my head a little bit on a 39 PE because it doesn't really bother me that much because I know how in demand this product is. Okay, let's drop down here to the share statistics again. Guys, this bothers me right here. These two sections right here. The amount of short interest on AMD is, you know, you got 20% of shares on float, and you have 15% of the outstanding shares are held short, okay? And so the reason I don't like that right there, honestly, guys, in my heart of hearts, you have to anticipate this stock is going to pull back at some point, okay? If the market itself pulls back 2 or 3%, we take a pretty good hit. You know, these shorts are going to win the short-term battle, but they're going to end up getting burnt in the long-term war, okay? So that is really, really high. 20% of the shares, you know, being short like that. I don't like that. It kind of goes against some of my fundamental reasoning. However, I'm telling you right now, so you know for the future, anticipate a pullback. Don't go all in on this position. If you want to take a position at $25, I say go for it. Just be anticipating a pullback at some point, okay? Now, one big improvement I know AMD has made is down here, guys, in the balance sheet. They've really got that total cash up good, and they've really worked their total debt down. So there's not even much. It's almost a 1-to-1 ratio there. It's close. So in comparison, they have very little debt and a lot of cash. So that is an area where I know and have witnessed AMD has improved a lot. It's one of the big things that makes me so bullish about this company is that they're doing all the right things fundamentally to get the, you know, it's not a completed project yet, but it's definitely getting there. So right here, it's going to be the last thing I'm actually going to cover today. But I just want to kind of give you guys like an analyst price target, and then I'm going to give you my rating and price target as well. But as you can see, AMD does have a $19.39 average price target, okay? So if you collect all of the high price targets, all the low price targets, you average them together, the average price target on Wall Street is about $19.39 on AMD. So we're $6 north of this price target right now, okay? Now, this does not mean this stock is ever going to go back to $19. It could stay over 20 for the remainder of its time, okay? But again, this is just my point. When you do get invested in AMD, guys, be anticipating a pullback, okay? We'll drop down here real quick. You see, this is the most recent recommendations on AMD. So Merrill Lynch is calling it a buy with a $25 target. Barclays come out and calls it a sell with a $15 target. Now, that doesn't really surprise me because Barclays is a very fundamental investment firm. So they're always going to take the fundamental approach and try to avoid growth companies that have high PE ratios and high short percent. But pretty much unanimously a buy, for all analysts right here. Like I said, I feel very safe taking a position at $25 because I know I'm going to back it up and buy more shares if and when the price does drop off a little bit. So I am giving Advanced Micro Devices a buy rating, and I'm also giving a $33 price target. So like I said, again, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is not something that you're probably going to see this week or next month or even this year, okay? Like I said, this is a position I feel comfortable taking a buy right now into the stock and then keep cash on the sidelines to back up that position. I think 30 is coming pretty soon, perhaps by the end of the year, and I think we get to 33 in roughly 6 months' time, maybe a year. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave me some comments. Tell me what you're thinking about AMD, and tell me what price you've got in. Tell me what price you want to buy again if you've already sold it. Tell me your AMD experience. I want to hear it. Thanks for watching the video.